Lightner?
Yes.
Okay. I have what I think 4 different techniques I want to share with you guys. Can someone bring me their tray so I can use it?
Is that going to go on YouTube?
This is YouTube Live, yeah. Per usual. Before I start these foiling techniques, can anybody tell me by memory what the 8 steps are?
Oh, the 8 steps?
Yeah, one at a time. Does anyone think they can get through it? Crystal, do you think you can get through it?
Yes. Yeah, let me see. Sorry.
Can I get a foiling comb? A weaving comb?
Oh, okay. So one is...
No, I need a weaving comb. Oh my God, I almost called you Abby.
Oh my
Tabby, will you grab me my favorite?
Okay, so 1 is a warm welcome.
Yes.
Right? And then 2 is the consultation.
Yes.
And then 3 is going to be the excellent wash house experience.
Yes. Thank you.
And then 4 is the precision service.
Yes.
And then 5 is, let me see, so
You almost got it.
is it like tying everything together, like
Yes.
consultation?
Yes.
Okay.
Revisiting the consultation.
And then 6 is the style, like the finishing style.
Yes.
Okay. And then
Perfect style and finish.
7.
7 is.
Is it the follow up or what's follow up's the last thing, right? So what's between the?
You are almost there. What do we got to do before they can leave?
Oh, like the check.
Yes,
checkout and
7 is
rebook?
checkout.
Right.
Yes, and then
Okay.
8 is.
And the follow up.
Oh my God, you actually did it. Yay. Okay, so 1 is warm and friendly greeting, 2 is consult, 3 is wash house experience, 4 is precision service, 5 is revisiting the consult where we are reemphasizing either our professional recommendations or drawing attention to the goals that we hit, right? Where am I? 6 is, 6 is, what was that?
Timing is not the 6?
No. 6 is, this is not something that you've learned yet. Yeah. So I'm sorry, 5 is precision service, 5 is, revisiting consultation, 6 is perfect style and finish, 7 is checking them out, and 8 is revisiting the service, right? After the follow-up, yep. Can anybody tell me what the 5 questions are during the consultation that we have to hit, whether they tell us on accident or whether we ask? What are the 5 questions? Does anybody remember?
Tell me about your last hair service.
Yes.
Wash and style routine.
What's your wash? Tell me about your last hair service. What's your wash and style routine?
Can I touch your hair?
Can I touch your hair?
What are we doing today?
What are we doing today? Yes. Are you open to my professional recommendations? Okay, so when we're talking about foundational foiling here, I think this is a skill that's done over repetition, meaning you have to do it over and over again to be good at it. And I want you guys to take your time to watch your mentors foil and try your very best to duplicate their hand movements. That's essentially what I did. When I would watch my mentor, Sunny, back at my first salon, she was very particular about where she placed her fingers and her hands. She had good timing. She had great work. She had a great brain. She had a great clientele. Oh my God, they were so freaking loyal, but she undercharged, but whatever. That's just not my business anymore. But I love her. Anyways, so I watched her work for years, and I just really tried to duplicate my hand movements on what she was doing. So that's tip number 1. If you guys want to take notes, you're welcome to. If not, this will be on YouTube too. So number 2, you guys, when we're looking at blonding, foiling doesn't mean always to the root, obviously, and foiling doesn't mean always just like a tip out, right? There's foliage, there's different techniques that we use within foils, there's different reasons why we use foils. I want you to look at the hair or the canvas of the hair, and I'm going to give you a golden tip right now. If you don't remember anything from this class, remember this. When blonding, I want you to look at the hair in thirds for the length of the hair. It doesn't matter if they're as short as Vix or if they're as long as me. I want you to break it into 3 sections. Top section is 1, middle section is 2, bottom section is 3. Okay? We are going to be working in thirds today, And top section 1 is to the root usually. Middle section 2 is usually some kind of feathering or transition, and bottom section 3 is usually a tip out. Unless we're doing a full slice or a T-weave, or I'm sorry, or a tease slice of some kind, or a tease weave. So anyways, those are your first 3 sections we're going to be talking about. And so when I reference section 1, section 2, and section 3, or if I reference in between section 1 and 2, you know it's this line. If I reference in between section 2 and 3, you know it's this line. Here's something that you want to keep in mind though. It doesn't matter if she has layers. Okay, I want you guys to see this. It doesn't matter if she has layers and they come all the way up the length of the hair. If you pull this hair up and her first layer starts here, this isn't 1, 2, 3. This is just section 1. So this is from the longest point, okay? This is section 1. If you have a layer that ends right here, it's section 1 and 2. If you have the length of the hair, it's section 1, 2, and 3, okay? So the shorter the hair doesn't mean the sections also get shorter. Visually, that just would not translate well, okay? And I'll show you why using our techniques here. So we're going to use 4 different quadrants. So on quadrant number 2, we're going to be doing a diagonal back slice, very tight, back to back. And your slices are going to be the width of your rat tail comb, okay? Because there's something that I want to show you as far as saving time behind the chair, especially in this black hole of a zone that we have right here that's kind of like over the occipital, under the crown, behind the ears. And that ends up getting so freaking time consuming for us. We're like, do I have to pick out every single, and I hate it when I get a client in the chair and they're like, oh, make me fully blonde, or I want to be blonder. And I open them up right here at the occipital and I see just like the finest like baby weave back here. And I'm just like, why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? So in theory, a diagonal back slice that's very, very close together, if you cut it horizontally and open it up, it looks like a weave. Nobody else? Nobody else? That changed my life when I learned that. That changed my life. Okay, so we're going to be doing diagonal back here. We're going to be doing our standard weave here. So this is where I want you guys to time. I want you guys to do some timing here. And your standard weave, you guys can go ahead and circle around if you'd like. Your standard weave is going to look like this. So it's going to be 1 slice out. You're going to pick up 1. Drop 2, pick up 1, drop 2, pick up 1, drop 2, pick up 1, drop 2. Okay, it's going to look kind of like that. Okay, that's your pick up 1, drop 2. This is your basic stitch pattern, and this is going to be from roots to ends. I want you guys to time yourself on this one, okay? On quadrant 2, if you just want to do 10 foils, that's back to back when I mean slice and foil, slice left out, slice and foil, slice left out. You can do 10 of those, that repeated pattern, the width of your rat tail comb. I'll show you an example. Will somebody mix that up for me? So your pattern is going to be slice and foil. And this is how I want you to place your foils when you're working in the back. Diagonally. If you're pulling a diagonal back section, I want your foils to be folded diagonal back. Why? Because the length of the foil still falls at a 90 perpendicular from the ground, and that's going to be more friendly for gravity, and you're going to have less slipping that way. Okay?
Do you always want to leave the hairline section out in the back?
No, this is just for demonstration purposes. Oh. This is because I want you guys to see the pattern. And you're welcome to skip the hairline in the back. I just want you to be able to open it up at the occipital and see the effect of doing a 1 slice painted, 1 slice out, diagonal back pattern. Okay, so watch this. We're going to fold up to the highest point here. Right? So as if I was folding it in thirds horizontally. You're going to take your rat tail comb and match it up to the section that you just pulled. Pull that corner down. And now you're going to fold like an envelope. You have this one tiny little section here. I fold that down just like that. Okay, I want you guys to try that. This is going to help you a lot. This is technically foil locking, but why that's important is because of slip. You're going to get less slip like this with these foils right here. And I'm like, Alexa's like shaking her head. Like, I'm like, you know what slip I'm talking about. Yeah. They get out of control. Yeah. So we're going to leave one slice out. We'll do it again. And you guys might want to step back here and watch the foil locking. Okay, your slices, I want them no wider than the width of the rat tail comb. Okay, we took a diagonal back section, so we're also taking a diagonal back folded foil there. Again, why does this benefit you? Because it falls straight down towards the ground at a 90, and you are going to get less slip because technically you're going to be locking this foil. Woo. Okay, we're going to fold this in thirds, right? So the end of this foil meets between section 1 and 2. And then the top of the foil is going to meet right at the highest point of that section right there. Before I take my rat tail comb and mirror my section to fold it down, I'm going to fold my corners in like an envelope. Okay, I have this little piece right here. Goes folded down. And now the foil is locked. So if you do this with your thumb and forefinger, foil's locked. It's not coming out. Okay? And as long as you have foil long enough to cover their entire length, it should stay just like that. So I want 10 of those foils back here on quadrant 2. And then you guys saw your basic pickup pattern here. Okay? This is pick up 1, drop 2. And this is going to be a timing section, so I want you guys to time yourselves with your phones. Okay? You might want to start on that section just to make sure that we can get through it. And then once you've done those two, I want you to come to the side, and we're going to do the same concept with that foil locking, but starting on the temple. And I don't actually care what pattern you use here. I don't care if it's a root retouch or what, but, oops. Did I do this wrong? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So this foil I put in differently than the long foil. Where's the towel? Someone grab me a towel. Thank you. This foil I put in differently than the last long foil. You can see that I folded it horizontally at a 90, right? Sammy, can you see, my love? Do you want to come up here? As if we were touching up the temples here. Okay. My folded line on my foil bumps right up to my parted section. It's a diagonal back section here. I'm going to leave my tail out, pretending like it's just a root retouch. I'm going to fold in thirds horizontally. And now, instead of folding the foil like this over itself and having it lean forward, I'm going to fold the foil like this. Watch, this is going to blow your mind. So comb at a 90. Fold your foil over like that. Find your drawn section like that. Also at a 90, like that. It's a Dorito. That's what I call the Dorito. Yeah. I will do that again. I want you guys to see that all those foils, they're not like jetting forward. They're not angled forward. They're not at a diagonal. That would cause them to slip, especially around the temple where the hair is so fine. We're going to do another section just like that. Doll head's a little wobbly. I'm gonna go ahead and do a pick up 1, drop 2 pattern. Here we go. Take my foil. Just like that. So I am just sneaking my brush up to that ripple right here, like a small bubble right on the edge. I'm telling you, that fold back is so necessary to create that ridge there to help keep the lightener into the foil. So just like that. Okay, again, foil's at a 45-degree angle. My rat tail comb is going to come in at a 90 here, right at the hairline. Folding that extra portion back, finding the folded section or the section of hair that was drawn, folding that little Dorito edge over there. And then this side is also at a 90, just like that. Okay, and we have perfect little Dorito here. And all you have to do is tap the corners. Don't smush it down, don't do any of that. You just have to tap the corners and it's locked. It's locked in there. It's not gonna come out. Well, you know, it's kind of not coming out. No, but it's not coming out. You guys know how hard it is to get foils to stick on the temple there, right? It's like, and they're like, obviously that's where our clients look first. So if we're not close to the hairline there, then you're fucked. So I think a lot of this like rooted, lived in look came from stylists who didn't want to do the like traditional disciplined back-to-back rooted foil. Yes, Brittany, you've been doing hair 20 years, shaking your head, yes. Which has done our industry a disservice because it's lowered the quality, the expectation of quality from our clients. So even when I do a rooted balayage or a drop root, shadow root, doesn't matter what it is, I think you guys who have assisted me see that I still take that shit all the way to the root. And then I'll do the shadow root, or then I'll do the drop root. I think it's just one of the disciplines that I have acquired being a blonding specialist, and I think that's one of the reasons I'm a good blonding specialist is because I can work in detail with foil. And if you teach yourself how to work in detail with foil, it is going to serve you very, very well behind the chair. You don't have to do it every time, but I would encourage you to do it every time. And that's for your benefit. So you get better because of it. So I want to see foil locking on this side, on the left side.
Lauren, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone. Do we have any questions?
No, just hellos.
Hello. Is it friends? Are there people that I know?
I'm not sure.
Oh. Where's my other phone at? I'm going to put this one on Instagram. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, this phone doesn't have Instagram. Hold on. When this is ready, I'm going to have somebody video this. So this section right here, quadrant number 1. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4. And if there's a fifth or a crown section, that's section 5. In artisan language, this is just universal. This is how we talk about it at the salon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there's no 5, it's just 4. I'm opening my Instagram here. Because I want to show this one. This is on a live. Continue, continue, continue. Ooh, what are we titling this? Live class with. Okay. Vix, will you video that? Okay, so this just this one section. So this is called the 1, 2, 3. You guys, if we're talking foliage, this is the thing that you need to know. If you're trying to do balayage, this is the thing that you need to know, okay? I'm like looking at you two who are blonding specifically. I'm like, watch this. I want you to master this, okay? This is going to stretch your brain just a little bit, but the pattern goes as such, starting from the bottom, moving up. It's a, Alexis, do you want to stand right here? Would that be easier for you?
I can see.
Okay, so it goes slice, thick tease weave, thin weave. And those foils can have a slice of hair left out in between them, which I recommend to leave hair out as a slice in between them. Or you can make them bumper to bumper. If you make them bumper to bumper, that chick is going to be 95% blonde, like very blonde, okay? It looks like this. So full slice. I'm doing diagonal back on the hairline just because that is my go-to. That's what I normally do on the hairline, is a diagonal back. Oh, let's get a nice straight line, Lauren, as if you have not been doing this ever before. It's like only my whole ass career paid for my house and my car. I can't draw a fucking straight line with a... Anyway, sorry. So our slice here. Mind you, your slices, your sections that you pull to go in foil today, I want them no wider than the width of your rat tail comb. I'm pretending to do, what? No, I have to do a full foil. Get these baby foils out of here. Okay, there we go. Yes, because I'm showing the 1, 2, 3. All right. I am going to long foil this bad boy and diagonal back it just like that.
Do you ever recommend using a balayage board, or do you not use those?
I don't use them.
Oh, okay.
No. So here's the thing. The more blonde you take up to the root, or the more lightener you take up to the root, the blonder she will be. So you can full slice her if you want. I will show you adaptations of this in a second. Okay, we're going to leave one out. Our second foil is a large tease slice. Right off the top. I'm going to do a large tease like that. Going to weave. I'm sorry, tease. Whoa, whoa.
You weave?
Weave and tease.
Oh.
I weaved it. It's a thick weave. So 3 pieces or like 3 or 4 pieces at most. Tease light. And where I tease light, I also diffuse. Okay, so anytime you put a tease light in, just know that you're going to feather in that foil somewhere, right? So I'm going to feather by using my brush vertically and making sure that my lightener starts and stops at 2 different points here, okay? What section is this? This is section 1, this is section 2, so it's fair to say that my lightener is diffused in between sections 1 and 2. Yes. Okay. This doesn't need to be as close to the root, obviously. Let's leave a little bit of out here. Woo.
Is how much we're leaving out also going to be the size?
It should be, yes. Okay. Put that up. Okay. Oh, this one's going to be a regular weave. So we're going to do a pick up 1, drop 2 pattern, okay? Ugh, come on. Doll heads are always a trip to work on. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so that's going to be your basic 1, 2, 3 without any adaptations. I'm going to show you adaptations now, okay?
We do have someone in the Instagram live saying they would love to be here in person.
Aw, who is that?
Daisy, the hair
Aw, where's Daisy from?
Daisy, where are you from?
I'd love for Daisy to come. I wish Daisy was here too. Okay, we're folding in thirds as I showed you. Notice it goes all the way to the root. but my foil is folded diagonal back. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take that excess by using and fold it over by using my rat tail comb and meeting my drawn section there. Then I'm turning it to a 90 perpendicular from the ground, fold, fold. That's a locked foil right there, all the way to the root, okay? Pointing straight down. So that's our 1, 2, 3. Here's the adaptations to it. So one adaptation is you can take out all the hair in between, and that gives you maximum blonding. In fact, I have some really good pictures of what the 1, 2, 3 looks like with discipline on my Instagram. In fact, there's one wig that I did specifically with the 1, 2, 3 all over, so I could use it as an example for instructional purposes. And I will show you guys the video and the picture of that. It's gorgeous. But the pattern that I did was not necessarily this. I will show you right now what the pattern was, okay? So we're going to start over from the beginning. We're going to do slice 1, okay? So here's the thing. The biggest difference between this and what I'm doing is diffusing the line of demarcation, and I'm taking less blonde up. So with my slice, I'm going to tease. So this is my foil 1, right? And then I am going to paint only section 3 to 100% and diffuse between sections 2 and 3 by using a vertical brush placement and painting an imaginary V here, okay? Making sure that I'm 100% saturated in section 3. I'm going to fold this over on itself because I don't want to bring lightened hair up here, right? Fold it over on itself. And then if I want to do a third, I can. Mind you, I'm not going all the way to the root, so it's less critical to lock that foil. What I'm trying to do is just protect what's getting brightened here in section 3, right? So that would be your first foil. We diffuse between sections 2 and 3. Your second foil is also going to be the large weave. We're going to leave a slice out. And then large tease weave here. Pull that guy in too, just in case. Something like that. And I'm going to go ahead and tease to diffuse. Do we know where Daisy's from, or did she?
San Diego.
Where in San Diego? Like, she can join us. Like, she can, like, drive up here on a Wednesday.
Daisy, come join us.
Yeah.
Yes.
DM me, Daisy, and I'll give you information. Okay, so this is our tease light. So this is our foil number 2, okay? I am going to paint 100% on section 3 and almost 100% into section 2. And I'm diffusing that line of demarcation for lightener in between sections 1 and 2. So notice the contrast between foil 1 down here. I'll open it up just for visualization purposes. Lightener is diffused down here. Our foil number 2, lightener, is diffused right here. Next one is going to be to the root, and that's going to be our standard weave. One, two, something like that. And this is going to get painted to the root. Okay, so foiling discipline like we talked about. 100%, putting majority of my product an inch or 2 away from that hairline and just creeping up slowly using my vertical brush placement to edge that lightener right up into that folded barrier on the foil. Thank you, Brittany. 100%. Mind you, there's a lot of paint on my brush right now. Vertical placement, I'm pulling it down into the foil. You can see that. Using that tension to pull the foil up into the scalp. Okay, so one of the things that I do not like to see is when stylists do this. Where's the lightener on that? Where's the lightener on that thing that you just folded down? Is it on there at all? No. That means your lightener is now this far away from the scalp, which is why we have lazy foil discipline, I feel like, in this industry specifically. Oh my gosh. And that's why we're now doing root smudges and lived in blonde, right? It literally pulled the foil. There's no lightener from here up, specifically where I folded it. So I'm gonna put a little lightener in there. If we're using our brush placement, look at my thumb and my pointer finger. You guys are gonna use this on the crown. You're gonna do the same thing. You're kind of gonna grab the head like a globe, use your thumb and pointer finger to put tension on those corners, and then use your vertical brush placement to put tension on that hair, pulling it into the foil. That is how you get the hair into the foil, and that's how you get a nice, really clean highlight with no holidays or no bleed spots. Boom. Boom. Okay. That one's nice and close to the scalp. I'll fold these up just to get them out of the way. But I want you to imagine in your mind's eye, these three foils have different points of diffusion as far as the light or the line of demarcation, right? So in foil 1, thank you, in foil 1 down here, we diffuse between sections 2 and 3. In foil 2 up here, we diffuse between sections 1 and 2. And in foil 1 here, we brought the lightener all the way up, okay? So the foundation for the 1, 2, 3 is slice, tease light, highlight. Slice, tease light, highlight. Slice, tease light, highlight. And you can do that with hair in between, which is still gonna give you like 75% blonde, or no hair in between. That's bumper to bumper foil, and that's 95% blonde. That chick's blonde, very blonde. The thing that you wanna keep in mind is the highlight always goes to the root, and you determine what that pattern looks like. It could be a baby light, it could be a standard stitch weave, it could be whatever it is, but that one goes to the root, okay? That tease light, make that thick and chunky. Trust me, just trust me on this one. And then the slice underneath, change the point at where you diffuse it. So like the first slice, I want you to diffuse it between 2 and 3. The second slice, when you start the pattern over, diffuse it between 1 and 2. But keep those points varying as you move up the head, because if you diffuse lightener or feather it at the same point all the way up the head, Brittany knows, she's shaking her head, it literally looks like dark then blonde. Dark then blonde. We need to break that up and bring those lines of demarcation to various different points. That's why I showed you guys the my blonding strategy is to break the hair in thirds, section 1, 2, 3, and every foil I'm varying, as long as I'm breaking through a line of demarcation with feathering or diffusing, I'm gonna vary where that line starts and stops on here. The only thing that is constant and always goes to the root is that weave. Right? So that's foil number 3. And you can work your way up the head. So this looks great, so great on the crown. And this is for a lot of those really sultry, rooty looks, but your client's like, I want low maintenance, but I still want to be blonde. Like, if you do this on the back right here, ladies, I am telling you, they're going to worship the ground that you walk in. This is like 9 times out of 10 is just adaptations or variations of this. So that's your section 4. I'm sorry, section 1. So 1 is the 1, 2, 3. 2 is the 10 diagonal slice back. 3 is going to be timing with a basic stitch weave. 4 is just a few locked foils here, Dorito folds on the temple. And then 5 is what I really care about. This is what I want to watch you guys work on, because this is foil discipline right here. So if you only want to do 2 rounds, so 6 foils here of the 1, 2, 3 on quadrant 1, you can. I want to see you guys work with foil discipline here. And I want you to do the 1, 2, 3 on the crown. So your project is not going to be finished until the crown is done with the 1, 2, 3. So you guys can see how the class, obviously, I do this on purpose, building on itself. You need to know how to foil lock a diagonal foil. That's why we started right here, right? You need to have foil discipline with your basic stitch weave right here. So that's why we're doing section number or quadrant number 3 next. Then you also need to know your foil locking in detail. So like hairline stuff on this side. And then this is where you put those techniques essentially together, is in the 1, 2, 3. And then once you have that practice, I want you to do the crown in the 1, 2, 3. So this is my first foil. This is my slice. I'm going to 100% in the third bottom section here, diffuse into section 2. Boom.
Do we tease everything on the top?
Nope, you're only going to tease your first and second foil. I'm going to back-to-back this because I like the way that it looks back-to-back on the top. So my next is going to be a chunky tease light. Chunky tease light, there's that. Ah! I knew that was going to happen. Okay, let's do that. This is awkward, this bowl positioning. Okay, 100% on the bottom third, section number 3. Almost 100% into section number 2. We're diffusing into section number 1 on the tease light. Fold it in thirds. Boom, boom. And then the last foil is going to be your tease, or I'm sorry, your highlight, your basic highlight. Boom, boom. And you can do whatever you want up here. If you want to do a baby light, if you want to do a standard pick up 1, drop 2, or pick up 1, drop 1, I don't care. Pick your highlight choice. This is how I want you to place your foil. Watch my hand positioning here, you guys. Pointer and middle finger, tension on the hair, pulling it forward, away from you, so that way you can see a nice clean line on the scalp. If you cannot see a clean, perfectly parted section, section it again. You're going to take your rat tail comb, put it firmly up against that drawn section. You're going to start, if you're right-handed, you're going to start with your foil tilting to the left, and you're literally going to curve it around the head as you release. Majority of your lightener an inch or 2 away from the root. Okay, now it's spackled on there. It's stuck. It's staying. That's when I take my thumb and middle finger, move my brush to a vertical placement, and start squeaking that lightener up into the root, up against that little folded, bubbled, rounded edge there. And the rest of the lightener can be used. It doesn't matter if we're doing, well, I guess it does. Yeah, if she's virgin, then we'd be doing the whole thing, not just a root retouch. Which means I would have used a longer foil, but I want them to look like that. Woo! I feel like I want to refoil this one. I grabbed the wrong foil size. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, again, tilting your comb from left to right if you're right-handed, and you see how that just curves that foil around the head. Place your product, use your vertical brush placement. Get it nice and tight in there. A lot of tension. I'm not like the swirly twirly kind of like wrap everything into a nice ball kind of stylist, as you can tell. Like just doing that earlier made me uncomfortable. Thumb and middle finger, tension on the head. You're grabbing the head like a globe. Taking your vertical brush placement. You can see just when I do that how much slack comes out of that root. Easing it up into that folded portion of the foil. I'm going to fold in thirds, okay? So here's the thing. I never run my finger across my painted section because I do not want to eject lightener into the root to cause holidays or bleed spots. What I do is I pinch on both sides. Just like that. So that's what your foil should look like. And I want to see you do that 1, 2, 3 all the way up. Yeah? Okay. All right, so you guys can start on whatever section you want. I would suggest the time section. I think that's really important. So,
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Yes.
So section 1 is the 10.
okay. Is the section or quadrant 1 is going to be your 1, 2, 3 pattern. Two rows of it at minimum.
Slice.
It's slice, chunky tease light, highlight.
Okay. Is the slice like it's just a normal slice?
It's T-slice.
T-slice.
I would T-slice it. But like if we're talking foil discipline, like you could take the slice all the way up to the top,
Right.
and it just maximizes the impact of blonding. But I don't know that it's necessary.
The same pattern on 5.
On 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And then quadrant number 2 is just going to be your diagonal backs, back to back, one slice out, one slice in foil, right? Because I want you guys to see how if we draw a horizontal line, you can see it looks like it's highlighted. This is a time-saving technique. This is foil discipline, so this is highlight to the root. I want you guys to time yourself. This is temples. This is a foil locking with Dorito, okay? This is for dexterity. And then I suggest then going back to section 1 to do your 1, 2, 3. And then once you feel like you understand the pattern, I want you to try it with discipline up here and see what it looks like on your doll head once it's processed. Okay? All right.
These are slices.
Yep.
These are weaves.
Yeah, this is quadrant 2 is slice, diagonal back.
Okay.
Quadrant 3, standard weave. This is your timed section. It's section 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, time it. Yes, I want you to do standard weave. So pick up 1, drop 2 pattern, leave 1 slice out. Pick up 1, drop 2 pattern, leave 1 slice out. Okay, and that's how you're going to work up, starting at the nape. Do we have any other questions?
No. We did have one more person say that they're interested.
Aw, we'll have them message us.
That's
Or
I
if they're
told them
local.
to, but
Yeah,
yeah.
if they're local. Okay, you can come join our classes. We do invitation only, but yeah, those are $55. Were they $55 or $65? I will get you the information for sure. But anyways, yes, thank you guys for watching. All right. Why are you guys waving at me? Both of you were like,
I was saying
you guys were like, bye.